Fury Unleashed is brought to you by Live Oak Vodka. No matter what is thrown our way, Texans have a way of not only surviving, but rising above it. Call it determination. We have the heart of a mighty oak. That mighty oak can be found in the spirit of Live Oak Vodka, Texas's only handmade vodka. Check them out now at coastalbendistilling.com. Live Oak Vodka, baby. Let's go.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
Giving you layups.
And
man.
we are live. Recording.
Come on, man.
Huh? What'd you say, Diego?
We're live. Copyright.
This portion of the Fury Unleashed podcast brought to you by Broken Promises and Happy Endings, courtesy of Diego
This
Reyes.
should tell you what's coming. September 13th, baby.
September
Fury
13th.
Series 53.
Spoiler alert. I'm not going to say his name. You just listen to that music and you know who it is. Just that little bit. That's all you
How
get.
about this one?
Just the tip. You just the tip of that song.
What's coming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's,
here she comes. Here she
No.
comes.
That does have. So did I. So did I.
Oh, man.
DuckTales, and then your little cousin never can run in from the side. Woo!
Goddamn, pal. I like DuckTales because they used to slip in little, like, digs at the government and the IRS in the
Little
show.
digs?
And yet, no, digs.
I thought I had a little cartoon crush
What
on.
is this guy watching? What is he? That's what you hear? God damn, pal.
Diego says he does that every day. Science
Well, what's funny, Eric likes to throw that rainbow at you and call you all kinds of gay, but man, he's like got a lot of dick talk
listen,
going on. I worry about him sometimes, man.
TikTok
My
about
wife
that,
will tell you I'm far from the rainbows, baby.
Far from the rainbow.
She'll let you know. The only thing I do with the rainbow is pick up the gold at the end of it. That's it.
You brown little leprechaun. What's going on over
He
here?
set himself up for that. He's either going to be you or me.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome into the show.
Hey, and,
Why would you?
We on IG, huh?
Why you got the 3D version
Golly,
going on
man.
over there? Man, we're on IG. We're on OnlyFans right now. We are live. We were live. Why am I not live, baby? Huh? I got two phones, man. Like Kevin Gates. I'm just trying out here, trying to live my life.
Rich was shooting the IG live on his burner phone.
We could stream it through my
Need
thing.
to add some minutes.
Don't say we can stream it anywhere, Diego. We never do.
You stream it through where?
To the Restream account.
The Restream account. This motherfucker here.
All right.
Pay
Is that Puerto
99.
Rico in your hat?
Yeah.
PR.
PR.
It's PR.
Poor Republican. Thought
Texas?
that's what that stood for. No?
There you go.
Okay.
Poor Republican.
That could be too.
It's a rough way to go.
Think about all this Donald Trump stuff going on.
Pinche Republican.
Man.
Well, let's start off nice and easy. Good.
Huh?
See about all the Donald Trump stuff,
What you
Diego?
think, Diego, they tried to
You
put
know,
my boy in jail.
I know.
Good guy.
You know what?
They tried to put my boy in
I
jail.
remember him in the early 80s and 90s being
Why they
the
trying to put my boy in jail?
I don't know, man.
like,
He's like
entrepreneur
Tupac. They're out to
back
get
in
him.
New York City.
It's
He
a
was-
witch hunt.
He
They're
was
out
like
to
a
get him.
very, he was very popular. You know,
He's popular with the women.
he's popular with the hip hop industry.
Oh yeah, because you grew up in New
Yeah,
York, so
yeah.
like you were
Trump
kind of
Yeah,
young
Trump
Donald
Tower.
Trumps
Yeah,
around
yeah,
there, right?
yeah. Well,
What a crazy coming of age story. Started off as a millionaire and
Started-
a
yeah.
millionaire grinding.
he got borrowed. He said he borrowed $1 million from his dad, and that's how he started.
I mean,
I wish.
is that the simplest?
That's how
it
Eric
is?
got his start, too.
Is the Dallas card already set?
That's
Not
why
yet.
he loves Trump so much.
Not
Dallas
yet.
card, not yet, baby. Hit
Just
me up.
about. It's about 90% done. Hit us up if you want on it.
Dallas
Oh,
card.
that's
Who's
the one
that
for this
asking that
weekend?
shit?
I don't know. Sizunaga.
A little late in the game
that
asking about
Armando?
Dallas. That's like
Is that who it is? I
2
can't
days
tell.
from now.
If that's Armando Zuniga, he's already set. You already booked, baby.
I don't know. I see C Zuniga. I don't know who everybody is, man. So
All right. That's going to be wonderful.
it's gonna sound great, right? The yawn right there in the middle of it.
Rich falling asleep.
I'm fucking tired, man. It's been
Portion of the
a long run of shows.
Podcast
and
brought to you by Fucking Tylenol
I had
PM.
to drive. Fucking when Bill Cosby's got this. I had to drive. Brandon, what you saying, Brandon Melton? Josh Aliman needs a title shot soon. You need to slow down on drinking so early in the morning, man. The guy's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 as a pro. Put him in a title fight.
He got quite a ways to go. I respect.
Is Josh Vance still available?
Yeah, I respect the love.
Yeah,
I respect
of
the
course.
love, but that makes no sense.
Hey, it's coming, but in due time.
Yeah, for sure.
45 title shot. Who's in line? Justice Torres and Yadier.
Justice Torres, Yadier Devalle makes
That's
the
the
most
title fight
sense
right there, baby.
for the title fight. You've always got someone like a Nate Richardson hanging around up at the top of the
Nate
division.
Richardson TMF. Like
Ooh,
Nate
Joshua
Richardson's gonna
Alton.
fight. We're gonna bring that TMF belt back,
Ooh.
and somebody's gonna fight Nate Richardson for it.
Oh,
It's a
hell.
bad dude, man.
Oh,
You know what?
hell.
I'll pitch it to Alton, but they want to move him to 55.
Which tells you how impressive fucking Michael Aswell was. Who finishes Nate? Now I know there's a lot of talk. He got poked in the eye. Everybody gets poked in the eye. It happens.
Yeah.
I got poked in the eye.
You get 5 minutes to recover, right?
I got
If you
poked
take
in
it-
the eye.
Yep.
If you take it,
You get 5 minutes to recover, and whenever you
I
tell
like
the
to
referee
poke.
I'm good to go, you're good to go.
you like to poke.
We like to poke in the butt.
Damn, Diego.
Diego, come on, Diego.
Golly, Eric Garcia taking Pride Month to a whole new level. We're just going to do half gay material the whole show.
Hey, who enjoyed the holiday yesterday? Did you, Wayne?
Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Hey, man, hell
Hey,
yeah.
Galveston.
Hell yeah. I took the day off.
That's
You was
where-
at the pool?
He worked
Man, if
hard.
anything we ought to be celebrating on Juneteenth is like, the inefficiency of the government, like getting out good news.
That's pretty true. When's Hayden Breyer's fighting? I don't know. Ask him where he's fighting.
He's fighting on some non-UFC fight pass shit.
There you go. As for Cam, that answers that question for you. What's up, fellas? How y'all been?
Living the dream.
4 days since I've seen you.
But it feels like a month.
It sure has.
A lot happens in 4 days, man. Did we have fights last weekend?
We did.
We did.
Fury
Son of a
FC
gun.
92. We'll get to that here just a little
92.
bit with our special guest. Man, Fury's called up to Sub Hunter as number of shows. We're at 91 on Sub Hunter, right?
Yeah, impressive.
We're going into 91.
Yeah, like
Going
a-
into 91, and we just did 92.
Submission Hunter Pro had like a 2-year head start, really, with that COVID break, man, where we couldn't really do much Fury.
Not really. But we started Submission Hunter in 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the year before COVID is when you guys had a lot of travel with Sub Hunter too, right? It's when you did Vegas, and was it like 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orlando, Vegas, Chicago, Atlanta,
Nashville.
We went everywhere.
They did.
Mississippi.
They went everywhere.
Biloxi.
You didn't
They-
go
they
either,
went
right?
everywhere. No.
I didn't go either.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Y'all didn't want no part of the grappling.
You're right.
Didn't want no part of the grappling.
Hey, to be fair though, I talked you into bringing it back.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want no part of it just recently, multiple times. It's hard, man. Those are long days.
That's a rough event.
You know,
Those are long days. Yeah.
I know people.
There's a lot of people to deal with, a lot of competitors and
Dude.
shit. It's hard.
Personalities, competitors, music. There's always something. You can't find somebody's unhappy because they didn't warm up, or they didn't hear their name, or they decide to go hang out at a table and don't get called to the back, or they missed there's always something.
That wasn't my song.
It's always something.
Yeah.
How come my photographer can't come in? Well, I don't need 40 photographers in the back. How about that? I need 4 coaches to get warmed up. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But they're fun, man. Like, I think that once it's going, I enjoy Sub Hunter when it's going.
They're fun because you don't have to deal with the state
Right.
commission.
Right.
We run at our own pace and the way we want to run it.
Can we do a battle of the badges, like
No.
police versus fire grappling?
Are you wanting to fight Bruce Whitehead?
No.
What are you saying?
Hey, I like the idea of
You
that.
find out he's a firefighter, and 10 minutes later
No,
you want
I've
to
been
have
saying that.
a cop?
Battle of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
badges, huh?
Damn, Diego.
That's what I heard too.
Diego, what do you call a black man on the moon?
I don't know. What?
Huh? An astronaut, you fucking racist. What's wrong with you, Diego?
A fireman?
Fireman.
Fireman.
Come on, Diego.
No, do they still do the Battle of the Badges
Yes,
in
yes,
Galveston?
yes. November. Yep.
November? Have you fought in that?
Yes, I have.
You gonna do another one?
Did you lose?
Yes, I lost the last one.
Put your hands up.
Split decision. It's a
No.
split decision.
Did you lose every time you fought
No.
on that?
It's
I
just
didn't.
boxing, right?
Yes.
How many
boxing.
have you won? I've only done one and I
Yeah.
lost.
Man,
Would you-
Eric,
would you
Eric's
do another
roasting
one?
Yeah, I
people
would
today,
do
man.
another
You
one.
can tell he just got
Yeah.
off a heated conference call.
So
Oh, bro,
what
don't
weight
get me
class?
started on that.
Well, when I fought, it was at 190.
We're talking today, Diego.
Oh, today? Oh, no,
you're not-
207?
What you rock? What you fucking with?
I'm at
So-
207 right now.
So hey,
27.
so hey, Bruce walks at 203.
You know anything Diego says, you add 20. 207, 227.
227. All right.
I was 227.
How tall are you?
5'6".
That's
5'4".
5'4".
Take
Hey,
two off.
Take two off.
Solid, rock solid
Add 20
muscle.
pounds, take 2 inches off.
Actually, my last opponent was around 6'2", 6'3". Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
How'd that work
Who
out?
was it?
I don't know. Some firefighter out of Galveston.
Did you have fun?
See,
I had great.
hey, listen,
It was a charity boxing.
This is the type of story of the guy who used to screw the girl, the good-looking girl in high school, but she lived in fucking France.
Yeah. She lives
You
in
don't know her.
she lives in Maryland.
She goes to a different school.
Yeah, y'all don't know her.
She lives
Was
in
it
Maryland. She's
Alaska.
out of state.
Alaska. It was Alaska.
They're all beautiful out there.
Pull up some random picture of
Yeah.
This is her right here. This
That's
is her right
Cindy.
here.
That's Cindy Crawford. What are you talking about?
No, it ain't.
Yeah, social media has destroyed that.
That
man.
shit was a lot easier back in
It
the
Back in
was.
the day, right?
Like
It was.
people would make
Get
up
your ass roasted nowadays on IG.
people would make up the craziest fucking stories back in the day about what they've done or what they're doing.
Bro, I know people
And you
who
had
do
like
that.
you had
Hey, there's people that get roasted in the BJJ community
dog.
for doing that shit.
Hey, have you watched that shit recently? So
Motherfuckers in the army and different shit.
Oh man, yeah.
Niggas staying there in the service. And
hey,
Yeah.
stolen
That's a whole
valor.
nother. That's
There's-
a whole nother.
There was some
Hey,
recent.
we got
yeah,
time.
yeah.
We got
there
we
was-
got time.
Yeah, there was some recent stolen valor here
Yes,
in
I-
H Town
got some dudes saying they had 3 confirmed kills.
with
Couldn't even make
people
it through boot
with
camp.
people we all know.
Yeah.
With people that we all know and have seen around for years. And that's one of the things I never understand about stolen valor. Like, one, an open records request is pretty easy to do.
Yeah, it's pretty verifiable.
You can go look up somebody's DD-214 pretty quickly, find out exactly what they've done or what they haven't done. And when you don't even come up in the database, like, what do you mean? That's what I was Black Ops, Spec Ops, G.I. Joe.
You know,
Savage.
when I go to calls and people say
They
that,
had to wipe
it's an
my
automatic
info.
lie. I know they're lying.
Whack my
Or I'm not allowed to.
Was that guy? Is
Dude, that's the best.
Born Identity.
That's always my
Like Jason
favorite.
Bourne. Off the grid.
It's not as much now, but I remember I'd hang out at a bar somewhere. Somebody would be like, "Yeah, man, you know, I'm with this. I can't tell you who I'm with, guys. Like, I'm not allowed to tell. And if you
Yeah.
call them, I won't come up either. You know,
Fuck
like
it.
I'm off the grid.
And Cockblock Rich called him out like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sitting over
Like,
there.
Hey, I'm gonna steal. You steal Valor. I steal your bitch.
I'm sitting here. I'm
Coming in hot.
like, you got a cat card? Let's see who's got what. Put them. You got a coin with you? Let's put it on the table and see what's
right.
going on.
Look, I know it looks like just a regular driver's license, but
Yeah.
there's a code in that number right there.
That's an automatic arrest for me.
I mean, Diego's just making up shit at that point for him.
That's the automatic arrest.
He's like,
You're a super secret sniper?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I got some bracelets
It's like,
for you.
I'm arresting you for speeding. It's like, I was walking, sir. Yeah, pretty fast, though. Pretty fucking fast.
You're repeating sidewalk. Yes.
Yeah, man. Like, so have y'all followed the ADCC Craig Jones Invitational shit going on?
I see you got the Rotola brothers yesterday.
Yeah, did you hear? You see what your boy, Seth Daniels?
No. He's talking shit.
So he sends 5:30 in the morning, sends Craig Jones death threats.
Oh, Craig will fuck him up, though.
Craig goes on IG and posts them all laughing.
Oh, my God.
And then all of a sudden,
Is it
Seth's
still there?
I don't know. Like it's on Craig's, I'm sure.
See,
And then
this
on
nonsense.
for a while, like Seth's
Listen, Craig Jones, I used to be there, bro. I used to get those
I was
death
gonna
threats.
say, man, like he's moved on.
I used to get those death threats.
so for a while, Seth David's IG went silent, like it was shut off.
For identity purposes,
Yeah.
let's use the name Meth Sandals.
Meth sandals.
Let's go with that name.
Those are some cheap sandals. man.
Okay. Are we?
Let's go with that name.
Do we need to change Craig Jones' name too?
Yeah, you make that one up.
So we got meth sandals and we got B Team Butthole. So we got
Identity
these
purposes.
guys.
So we don't put
Yeah,
anybody's name.
no
out.
idea.
Yeah,
what's
we'll
happening.
edit out the part
No
where we
idea.
said Seth earlier, and we'll put
I have
meth
no
sandals.
idea what's
Meth
happening.
sandals. So they're going back and forth, and I don't know if there's anything that's happened like ADCC, I doubt they've come out and been like, "Hey, we're going to get rid of Meth Daniels because of
Sandals.
Meth Sandals." Sorry. I didn't make up the fucking name. Like, I don't know.
Makes sense.
Oh my god.
So,
That's
but
crazy, bro.
Oh man, we're off the rails.
yeah. If you go to Craig Jones' Instagram account, you can see that. So I had quite a cool little thing. So I originally, with this year, since we don't have a show, I was going to go out and cover the ADCC as a photographer. But now I'm going to the Craig Jones.
Were you gonna wear meth sandals?
I'm going to wear meth sandals. Are you on Craig's IG?
Yeah. Right here?
I don't have my phones. Yeah, man.
Take it off?
Probably. I don't think he's taking it off. Let's find out here.
Is it his story?
Yeah, it's in one of these here.
This is on his post.
Here you go.
This portion of the podcast brought to you by absolutely none of our sponsors.
It's fireworks.
But he's saying, I'm not saying this lightly. I'm telling you, I will end your fucking life. Guys, you might be a bit upset. That seems a bit passive aggressive for 4:37 in the morning. Give me your thoughts.
Passive aggressive. That was very aggressive.
And fucking pay their athletes.
And then he's posted a picture of
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's rough, man. I never understand the
What did this dude
personal attacks.
Fuck are you? Shut up. Go pay Greg to put his balls in your mouth if you want to get paid so much. Shut up.
I've never seen anything like this happen on the podcast.
Where he just starts playing some
Yeah,
random
we're-
shit over here.
That's Mo talking shit too. So these dudes are really having it out.
They're really beefing, yeah. So basically, it
Why
looks
not
like
just fucking do your thing and let the sport grow, baby.
well.
May the best man win.
To be fair, Craig did decide to do this show in the same weekend in the same town at the venue down the
Bro,
street.
it happens all the time.
It does happen all the time, and you can't. I can't think of anything that would make me like reach out and send a
not
death
at all,
threat
man.
to somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows what's going on in Seth's mind? I mean, if he's taking it personal,
Meth.
well, whatever.
Mr. Sandals.
Mr. Sandals.
I mean, listen, the dude has done a shit ton for the sport. He
Yeah.
started it a long time ago. He's entitled to his opinion. He's probably upset that somebody's coming in, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever, but I mean, to do some shit like that.
I think the problem is
it.
you know,
Yeah.
Seth's. I don't know if Seth's ever really got the appreciation that he thinks he should have.
think
But
he
also,
has.
I think he doesn't. People, because Fight to Win isn't what it was a few years ago. It's not as popular now. You don't see as many shows from them. But
Because you just said that, now you're gonna have death threats.
I might be. I mean, okay.
don't
but like,
sleep.
You know, I don't think they're on Flow anymore.
5 a.m. coming in
they're
high.
somewhere. Now that, of course, that was his
I think
decision.
I think they went back to Flow.
Okay,
They
so
did go back
cool.
to Flow. They did get off for a while. They
Look,
went back to
it's a cool event. If you've ever been to a Fight to Win, it's a lot like a Sub Hunter. You know, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. Great production. Everything's cool. They put on great matches. It's everything you would expect. All that's great. But the
And we
problem
started
is
our promotions 3 months apart, FYI.
the problem is the
So anybody that's curious about the shit,
yeah
3 months apart, 90 days apart. Everybody after that came behind us.
Wow. I didn't realize that it was that close whenever we started Submission Hunter
his-
Pro. I remember him and
His
his whole
first
family
show-
coming at you like you were
Right.
infringing
I
on the
remember
church.
they
Like
were-
this. His first
Yeah,
show was
wow.
December.
I figured they'd been around for, a while.
His first show I think was December 2015, and my first show was March 2016.
Okay.
So if I recall, wasn't that the time he was calling you out for like your Gucci slippers or some shit? Or he's like wearing Gucci out there at your events or something. I'm like, all right.
What was he wearing?
I mean,
What did I tell him?
I think he was wearing Levi's or some shit.
He was wearing fucking joggers with a hole in the
Oh,
crotch.
there you go. That's right. So I
So
mean,
it's like, hey, I mean,
the problem becomes like what he does on TV looks great. His production skills. I mean,
It's
the guy's
great.
he's got a great mind for that.
he sure does.
Behind the scenes is where he has a history of being difficult to work with.
Because people don't know, like he was I think a concert
I think he
promoter or
was,
something
in
before
Denver,
that.
right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he did a lot of concerts.
Meth?
And,
No.
and his lighting and sound and the way he did all the setup was amazing. I mean, people don't know I hired Seth for like the first 5 MMA events I did in 2010.
Yeah.
And he came and did the setup and did all the stuff. We worked well together. And that's why when this kind of shit happened with me in 2016, when I started mine, and he came at me sideways, I was really surprised. I was like, dude, I thought we were friends.
Yeah.
And since then, we've put aside the differences or whatever, and we talk on occasion, and I'm sure if I saw him, there'd be no. I've seen him since, and there's been no issues
until your name changed.
I mean, until today.
Sandals. Sandals.
Yeah, meth sandals. Nobody knows who you're talking about.
Come on, guys. Sandals.
Damn.
You wear sandals. We wear sandals.
He didn't say my name. He said sandals.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah, I mean, so those guys are going at it. I'm going out to support Craig Jones, man. I like Craig Jones.
I like both events.
I like his personality. I like everything about him. He's very sexual, but I think the B team guys, like the entire B team, it looks like has went over to support Craig Jones.
Yep.
And I can say since day one of
a
us,
lot of those fucking guys support us.
Since day one of us doing the invitationals and doing Sub 100 Pro, every time I've reached out to whether it's Nicky Rod or any of those guys, dude, they take the time to respond to my text.
Nicky came on the podcast.
Yeah, Nicky did a podcast with us. Didn't have to do that.
Oh, man.
You know, I mean,
to be fair, I'd bring Seth Daniels on the podcast.
They got it. That'd be interesting.
I'd like to have Seth out here.
Then I think it looks like all the new wave guys are staying with ADCC, and we've had a good working relationship with those guys as well. Man, Big Dan's been awesome to work with, and all the people he sends out.
We got a couple of like Davis is there.
Yeah, Reese was Reese Lefevre with them. Yeah, Reese Lefevre. So, you know, a bunch of good guys. We got who's it? The Mountain Abraham.
Listen, man, I play in the middle, man. If it's gonna help the shit grow,
you're by.
I've heard that about you.
On, I'm gonna support both events and the competitors.
Nah.
Okay, you do you, Rich. You do you.
Nah, I can only. I think only.
Yeah, you do you, bitch Randalls.
I think only one of them is gonna give me a pass anyway. So, bitch Randall. Oh my.
Bitch Rubmaster.
Oh, fuck. Hey, listen, guys, we got a fucking guest. We need to.
Hey, wait, hang on. Asvab Cam says Jay Aldretti plays with boys like dog food. What does that mean? Whoa. Oh, play with that boy like dog food. He's going to eat a dude. Oof. Is he saying Jay's going to eat a dude?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are we making game month?
I don't know what just happened. I'm assuming he's talking about the Sebastian Orivides and Jay Aldretti fight, which could be the most anticipated 125.
We're supposed to break the fucking news.
You posted it yesterday.
That was a teaser.
You posted their fucking faces. How can you not? A teaser?
That was a teaser, man.
Who are you teasing? You gave him the whole dick.
No, I didn't. It doesn't say anything about verses.
All right, speaking of entire dicks, what about our guest? we got. He's a firefighter.
Oh, man, on that note, I mean,
he's got a beautiful mustache. He's a cowboy. Is that all the good stuff we have about him? Zach Reese.
Zach Reese is here
in the house.
Is it Zach Reese?
Oh,
but we do have maybe the second greatest white outside of Alex Morano, the Great White himself. It's not the great. Do you have a nickname yet?
Well, they call him the Fireman, but you know him as Bruce.
I don't know all the goddamn nicknames
Goose.
of everybody.
Whitehead.
Fucking Bruce is here.
Son of a gun, man.
How's it going, man?
Bruce, man.
Goosey. Lucy Goosey.
Oh, yeah, Jackson. I need to try and get on the September card. Hit me up.
Jackson who? Glass?
Yeah, I know. We already have him down on the list. Yeah, that kid's a monster.
Hey, Bruce, we're booking on the fly today, so if you have any suggestions, just chime in. If you have any nicknames you want to make up to insult anybody, you can do that too.
Hey, Bruce, I apologize for not remembering your nickname.
I thought we had something special.
I was so busy glossing your nuts with everything else, I forgot your nickname.
Hey, we really should have somebody on this panel who knows how to introduce people.
You're the reason why I fight, and you don't even know my nickname.
Let's try this again, because I don't do any of the announcements. Wayne, who do we have in the building?
But I already did it, man. I already did it. I tried to do it while you were fucking up his intro.
A large black man said, "Hey, Bruce." That's Miles Banks.
Miles Banks. What up, Miles?
What up, Miles, my man?
That is a big. That's my boy. That's a big fucking guy,
dude. You're not
what's
lying,
it like to
bro.
train with him?
Man,
all the time?
I don't like being manhandled. It's just like, but whenever he picks me up, I feel like a child, and it makes me upset. Makes me feel inferior. I don't like it.
You know how to get out of that, right?
Yeah, he makes a lot of
eye poke.
Feel inferior just walking in the room.
Yeah, dude.
You know, there's been I've been around. We've all been around a lot of big guys being in the sport. You see big guys all the time. There's been a handful that just don't make sense to me.
Dude, he's a freak.
Him,
he's one of them. Robellis,
Juan Adams. Yeah. Like when they walk by you, it's like, what the fuck are you? Because you're not what I am.
Yeah.
Like you're completely something else.
I'm like, they make People like you,
alien DNA or something, man.
dude. That's
make
crazy.
people
We went
like you.
we went on a trip in Vegas, dude, and we were walking around in Vegas with him, and him standing next to everybody walking in the crowd. Like you could be, walking on the strip and you see him a mile away.
How was that Vegas
It's
trip?
like,
Y'all,
Miles away.
man, yeah, I got to train with some good dudes. I got to train with dudes like Sean Strickland. I got to get some rounds in with him.
Nice.
I
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
Saw
man,
that
it was
video.
it was some good. It was actually a crazy story because it was like the 170 and up practice, and I'm a 55er, and I was like, fuck, I'll go spar. I don't care, And I went there, and he was like, hey, what's up, man? What weight are you? I was like, I'm a 70er, and he was like, okay, cool. And he was like, well, what's your record? I was like, man, I'm 4-1, and he goes. I said, they call me the Goose. He said, man, I thought you said your name was Bruce. I was like, man, I got this funny laugh that people make fun of, so I got the nickname the Goose. And he goes, grown man saying you have a funny laugh? That's pretty fucking gay.
He says shit like that.
Yeah, I was like, all right. And he called me out in front of the entire practice and he goes, hey, everybody, this is Bruce the Goose. And they call him the Goose because his funny laugh. Everybody let him know how gay he is.
Oh wow.
That's the kind of shit.
Yeah, I was like, man, what have I done to get myself in this situation? And
What a nice. I like that. I like guys like
yeah,
that. I'm okay
dude,
with that.
It was cool. And then the first guy I sparred, he was a 185er, and I beat the piss out of him to like prove a point because nobody wanted to go with me. And then he called me in the cage, and me and him start throwing down, right? And I felt like I was touching him up, getting the better of the round, and they keep on saying like 3 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left, 2 minutes left, and then whenever it hit the 1 minute left, it was like, let's see who has the bigger dick here. Like, and we just start bombing on each other, right?
You and Strickland.
Yeah, me and him just start bombing on each other, and he like pressed me up against the cage. He'd kneed me in the face, right? And I ate it, and I'm bombing back, right? And they go, time, and he stops and looks at the clock, and there's like 8 seconds left. And I look at the clock, then we look at each other, and then we just start bombing out for the last 8 seconds, right?
It's
like,
awesome.
He's like, that's not fucking time, and starts bombing, right? And the time ended, and we both hit our knees because we're gassed. And he goes,
That's fucking badass.
yeah,
bro.
he was like, man, he goes, man, good shit. I was trying to knock you out that last minute. And I was like, man, it's only fair. I was trying to knock your ass out too. And from there, we were cool. Like I earned his respect.
fucking
Like I knew
badass.
that last minute, like I got to throw down in order to earn this dude's respect.
in that moment,
badass.
you
Yeah,
got,
it is.
Cool.
you got to like
All the kids don't
not
have
just
stories like
be
that.
there, but in the cage sparring with the former 185 champ.
Dude,
That's one of the
he-
best stories we ever had.
Yeah,
He's fucking huge.
Yeah, he
like
is.
at the time he was getting ready to fight Costa, and he was probably 230. Like he's a lot bigger than what I
Oh
expected.
yeah, we've seen him a handful of times
comes
over
to the
at
office.
Iridium,
Yeah.
and
He's a big
he
old
comes
boy.
walking in. You're like, okay, he's not fucking tiny.
Yeah. Dude, he hit me with the right hand, and I was like, whoa, okay now, hold on. Dude, he's got snappy jab, heavy hands.
How long were you guys out there training with him?
We were there for probably about a week. We went to Syndicate, and we went to Extreme. So that was like a super dope trip.
So how did you? Everyone always talks about Sean's style, like it's hard to hit
weird.
him.
Yeah.
Like his timing's weird. Like how'd you feel in there with him?
Man, I felt good. I felt fast. Like, I'm obviously a lot bigger than him. I threw an overhand right, and he legit just stiff-armed it. And I was like, man, fuck this guy. That's stupid. Like, it's just like weird blocking, kind of slaps things. Like, doesn't look technically correct all the time. But
Philly shell.
Yeah, it freaking works for him, man. He's hard to hit.
Man, that is one of the things that I'm constantly on my fighters about at the gym is I see these newer guys always trying to do the Philly shell and they're trying to roll and so I'm like, listen, first of all, we're talking about little gloves in the cage.
Dude.
The shit's not easy to do that way.
Yeah.
Keep your hands up. And then I made them like last night, I literally stopped the class and I went, everybody name me all the fighters in the UFC right now who you've seen consistently use this style well. They named like 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's 450 people in the roster. Why do you think those other guys aren't using it? You're talking about the anomalies.
Yeah, people
Chill
get
out.
caught up on that one style. They're like,
Jeez,
it's
man.
like, dude, I'm not Sean. Like, you're not Sean Strickland. It's okay.
You're-
I'm
right.
not either. That's okay. Like,
right. Yeah, man.
Like, it's perfectly fine to be you.
So when you're not knocking people out in the cage, you're a firefighter.
Yeah.
Like, what got you into the cage? Like, how'd you get started in this martial arts journey?
Man, so I grew up with, I'm the youngest of 3. I got 2 brothers and 1 sister, and like they kind of whipped my ass growing up. So
Even
like,
the sister?
dude, even the sister, yeah, man, she probably gave it to me the
Sister.
worst, dude. She beat the piss out of me, but
You can't hit her back.
yeah, right. Then whenever I grew up super aggressive, right, and then whenever I hit like 11, my parents threw me in MMA, And like it was like a life goal to like try to fight right. I fought for you whenever I was like 18.
Yep.
Where'd you start training at? Like, where was your first gym?
So I started at a small like karate gym called Toshido.
Okay.
Then from there, I trained there till about like 13. Then went to Gracie Baja in the Woodlands. Then trained there from like 13 to 15. Then went to Iron Manis back in the day.
Iron
with
Manis.
Sean Key.
Yeah, I remember those guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he gave me. I got all the way to my purple belt with him. And then that gym split off. I went to Aries. Then I got my black belt through Aries. Went and wrestled in college.
So
Came back.
were you wrestling in high school as well here? Or?
Yeah, I wrestled in high school.
How were you at like? How'd
Dude,
you
I
rank high
was a
school?
very mediocre wrestler in
Really?
high school.
Okay.
Not very good. Yeah, I didn't like. I was more about jiu-jitsu. That's why like I got a black belt pretty early because I was like crazy about jiu-jitsu, and then ended up falling in love with wrestling more in like college and got a whole lot better at the
What
time.
was Premier Fight Night?
Premier Fight Night?
That was your debut.
Dude, that was a
Nicholas Webb.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Nick Webb
Yeah.
from Louisiana.
It was.
Was it out there in Louisiana? The fight?
No, it was in up in like East Texas or North Texas,
Huh.
Northeast.
Bro, that
starts
you
with
were
an A. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Abilene?
Yeah, Abilene.
Abilene,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You he made his debut and this Nick Webb kid was 3-1.
yeah.
And Bruce knocked him out in the first round.
I did. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. So like you had a long layoff though. And
Yeah.
I remember that layoff from your amateur. Your last amateur fight was 2016.
Yeah. I went to wrestle. So I wrestled, then I was like, man, screw this college stuff. I'm going to fight. So I came back, fought, and then was like, man, I want to go back and get a degree and wrestle. So I went back, graduated, became a fireman, and then was like, all right, let's turn pro.
Yeah, so from 2016 to 2023,
Yeah.
he
I didn't
came
fight.
back and made his pro debut.
So when you
7
came
years.
back, you were already at war.
Yeah, yeah. I
So-
just
so
started. I was there
what
for
brought you over to
about.
war?
Man, I started training at Sammy's Muay Thai.
Okay.
And you know,
I
got
remember
super close with him. And Sammy was getting ready for a Muay Thai fight, and he was headed over to war for training partners and spar. And he knew I wanted to fight MMA, brought me over there, and I got super
I
close
think
to
Sammy's
him.
the one who hit me up first saying Bruce wants to come back.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy and
I
Copley hit me up.
vaguely remember you telling me that. I'm like, all
I
right.
was like, dude, Bruce is coming back.
Yeah.
I was excited.
He was,
I was really
man.
excited because I was like, man, I remember him as an amateur. He was a good amateur.
So now you found war and you've been there, 2 years now.
2 years, yeah.
Have you found home? Is
Yeah,
this
that's
your
home, man. I'm super close with Adam Copley. Like, he's like my boy. Me and him work a ton together, right?
Yeah.
And I really love it over at War. We got a great family dynamic there. We just fucking beat the shit out of each other, and like me and Anthony Ivy, I swear, every single round, it's like, hey, who's winning over there? It's like, you're about to find out, and like we'll throw so hard at each other, people in the gym stop and look like, oh my god.
Hey, speaking of which, you
With
walk.
16s or little gloves?
Man, it don't matter. We get down,
Jesus
whatever,
Christ,
dude.
I'm
Like-
never going over there. to train.
and then
never
afterwards
going
we're like,
over there.
hell yeah, bro, good stuff. Like, it's just super cool. Like,
You
boys.
did something at your last fight that I don't see often, but I respect. I can't even put into words how much I respect it when a fighter does this. You wore your teammate's shirt out.
Yeah, man, dude,
Yeah.
Was it Ivy's?
yeah,
it was Aquaman.
yeah.
And he was wearing an Aquaman
Yeah.
shirt.
Man, that dude's like a brother to me, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super close with him, right? He lived in my, like, whenever he was driving back and forth from San Antonio, I had a place and he lived with me. And he was staying with me for a while. He's like super close with me. And I just lost to Devin. I was heartbroken, right? And I wasn't training a whole bunch. I was pretty heartbroken about it, pretty upset. And I hadn't talked to him. And for his fight, he wore a Bruce the Goose shirt. Didn't tell me about it, didn't nothing, right?
Yeah.
And just walked out there. And then after he won, he told me, like, he did it. And he goes, hey, man, you're here with me. And messaged me and was like, dude, I just want to let you know you weren't there with me, but you were there with me. And
That's
I thought it
badass.
was like the coolest thing in the world,
Yeah.
man. It like choked me up. That dude's like a brother to me. And so
Oh, yeah,
I paid him
dude.
back and was like, man, I'm wearing an Aquaman shirt. Like,
It's one of the things I think people forget, and especially fighters who, a lot of guys who reach just the level of success you've already had,
Right.
kind of become so self-encapsulated. They forget that this is a individual sport, but it's powered by a team.
yeah, with team aspects.
Yeah, man, you are only as good as the next person in that
Right.
room with you.
Right.
And if you don't have somebody pushing you like Anthony, like Miles, like all the amazing teammates you have
Yeah.
over there,
Dude,
then
you can name them off.
Dude,
like
you can have
Kyle,
all the
James.
greatest coaches in the world, but if you don't have the teammates
Yeah.
that are in there dogging it out with you,
Yeah.
Yep.
and so like that, man, I saw you walk out, and again for me, like there's a few things that I don't want to say like trigger me, but like
Start crying.
yeah,
Start-
man, you get
start bitching
emotional
up.
because I'm like,
Yeah.
because I know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I know that connection walking out, and I was like, man, that's fucking cool. Like,
Yeah,
I dug that.
Yeah.
I dug that, man. So
What else makes you cry, Rich? Orgasm?
Rape? Fucking shit hurts, man. You know? You good?
What are we doing?
He asked me what
Yeah.
makes me cry.
Yeah.
I answered what is the issue?
You know what I love about Bruce?
God.
After every knockout, he's like fucking. He starts calming down a little bit, and then he gets fired up, and then he runs over to the cage where I'm sitting, and he hits. He's like, "You like that shit, Eric?" He does it every fucking time, and I wait for it. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude!"
It's funny because you know you had a little, I wouldn't say controversial, but you know your first 2 fights went to decision.
Right.
You want a split decision
was
against
the first
against Coker.
Yeah,
Coker.
You know
that's a tough fight though. That
he's
kid's
not
fucking
bad.
good,
He's
man.
not bad. He's a
Also
fighter.
up a weight class for you. You
Yeah.
were at 170 that fight.
Yeah, I didn't cut any weight. I
Which,
just kinda
you just
ate
walked in
tacos
there.
Fight week is awesome.
And Coker's a very composed
He's
fighter.
good, man.
He did
Yeah.
very well.
I don't think Coker's been finished.
I don't think he has yet either.
Man, he took some shots too. I hit him with
And
some
then
bro. That kid's good.
somehow, I'm not
Yeah.
sure how this was a split, but you fought Tater McSpaden
In his hometown.
in his hometown, and for whatever reason, it was a split decision, probably because it was in his hometown. But also, our commentary team gave you some shit.
Yeah.
And to be fair to them, I want to make sure everybody understands this. The shit that our commentators were giving you stuff about is stuff that Eric and I talk about all the time.
Right.
You know, and if you had won every single one of your fights, if you were 6-0 right now or 5-0 with all decisions, nobody would care.
Yeah, right.
You
if
know,
all of them were like that Tater McSpadden fight, nobody
Yeah.
would give
No.
a fuck. But you turn that shit the
Dude.
fuck around.
Man, I
He used that as motivation.
I've always had a problem with finishing early. I'm just glad it finally transferred to fighting.
Woo! Shout out to your lovely lady.
But do you cry like Rich when it happens?
Yeah.
This was sponsored by Four Hips.
If I feel emotional, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm Little Spoon today.
This is a
So,
sponsored.
Little spoon.
So how did that? So fighters are going to take that one of two ways. They're either going to be motivated by what they heard,
Right.
or they're going to be pissed off. And maybe you're pissed off and motivated. Like, how did you feel hearing
Dude,
that?
I was pissed. I was motivated. I was everything. I knew that, like, going into the next fight, like, I was coming for war. Like,
Yeah.
that's just plain and simple. Like, marching forward, ready for war. Is killer,
That's
be killed.
fucking beautiful. Like, that is the best style
100%.
that we can ever ask for, bro.
Dude,
Like,
since then.
That next fight
Dude.
was Ray Cardenas.
Listen, the
Yeah.
fighter.
We talked about that, remember?
yeah,
I don't
you
wanna-
turn him into a fucking wrestler.
Have you ever seen Ray Cardenas shoot?
Never.
Yeah. Dude, it was crazy. I mean, he's a super cool dude, but, like,
Yeah.
whenever I choked him,
Got a
he
lot of love
tapped,
for him.
And then whenever I let go of him, it was like he, like,
Yeah,
died,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
on
yeah.
the
It was almost like
crazy.
Leona Machida.
And then he said I set him up because he thought he didn't know that you were gonna come out like that. I set him up.
Yeah.
I set him up, man.
That's your fault.
I thought you were giving me a wrestler.
We did.
You gave me a guy that turned. I didn't expect him to
Oh
strike like that.
man! Oh
Sorry, Ray. I set you
man!
up.
Hey,
That's
and
terrible.
then after
Bruce
that
Goose.
came what may have been the best 30 seconds of 2023. You
Back
and Darian
forth.
Robinson.
Oh, bro, that was amazing.
Dude, it was wild. Dude, that dude can crack.
Yeah, he
Dude,
knocked-
you went
he
down to a
knocked
knee,
out-
right? Like, did you crack it?
Yeah, I still don't know the physics of
He
how I
cracked
threw
him
my
back.
right hand.
No
Then you
clue,
cracked him back
Yeah.
and landed on his
Dude,
back and
I
just
threw
grabbed
my
him.
right hand and my leg went straight. I still don't know how it did it, but I managed to create enough power that he fell.
It was-
for
And you choked him.
Yeah,
I was
I choked
more
right after.
impressed by how him falling and you falling, you fell into his back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
There was no setup to
yeah,
that. Like, you were like,
yeah.
grab. I was like, holy shit.
If y'all haven't watched the Bruce Whitehead versus Darian Robinson fight, you need to go watch
Oh,
that shit
man.
on Fight
Yeah,
Pass.
that's wild.
It's a fucking great.
Happiest accident in MMA I think I've ever seen.
It was badass.
You know,
That
and
was a
then
badass fight.
and then I know the Devin Dixon fight didn't go the way that you wanted it to.
Man,
cracked
it
it.
was though.
What the fuck? That fight was going
Dude.
every way you wanted it to
Yeah,
up
it
until
was,
that,
though,
to
right?
the end.
That man, I learned so much from that fight. That dude's so tough. He took an ass whooping, right? It was one of the first dudes that I hit, and whenever I hit him, he wobbled, but he didn't fall, right?
Right.
Like, and that dude took an ass whooping, and I learned so much from that fight that I got so invested in being like blood hungry and violent hungry, and just like, let's go to war and let's see what's up, and I want to sleep people and like kill or be killed, and I kind of learned like the reason why I very first started fighting was like, I want to be able to control my emotions in like such a high stress scenario like fighting. It's crazy, right? Like even firefighting, you're inside of whenever a burning building and everything's going crazy, and you have to stay composed, you have to stay calm. And I didn't do it in that fight. And I think I didn't lose that fight because of my skill. I lost that fight because of lack of emotional control.
That was third round. Rear naked
Second
choke?
round.
Second
round. And I will
I
say,
lost 10 seconds to the fight where he choked me.
I don't know what kind of squeeze he has.
Yeah.
But
That kid's
it
good, man.
looked like it came on fast.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were fighting it the way you're a fucking black belt. You know what to do. And then all of a sudden it was like, is Bruce there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Because
Yeah.
that was a very fast squeeze.
Yeah, no, he had a good squeeze. He's a good fighter for sure. But man, I knew it was kill or be killed. I was not tapping. Like it's just that simple.
And then obviously, you come back and the Rusty Turley fight. Now, at first, I didn't think Rusty touched you, but he did land a right hand coming out the gate. I got a picture of it.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay. So I try to, when I'm doing the pictures, I try to have a good picture of one guy, a good picture of the other guy, and then whatever happens after that happens.
Right.
And at first I was like, well, it's just him stumbling around. I don't have anything of him.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I captured one shot. He landed a right hand on you right before.
Did Rusty share that picture?
I don't know if I even tagged him in it. And then right before, man, dude, beautiful head kick. That went right through his guard.
He had his hands up. You must have kicked
the toes wrapped right around the back.
I didn't even throw it hard. I just whipped it up there, and then whenever it landed, I was
That
like,
motherfucker was harder.
Yeah, he started wobbling. I was like, no way.
And then,
did
you see the picture of the right hand?
Yeah.
Like you just fucking
I like crow hopped into it.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that what's something that you have learned that I hope other fighters pay attention to. I've known fighters who are 11-2, 10-1, 9-0 who don't have finishes.
Yeah.
And without having finishes, you're not going to the next level. Right. It doesn't matter where you're at, what promotion you're at. You have to have finishes. You need more finishes than you need decisions.
Right.
You can have some on there, but they can't be even. They can't be more.
Yeah.
And, with your style, man, look, one person so far since you changed the style has managed to get past you in a fight that more looking back like, well, I could have actually.
Man, if I would stay patient, if I would have stuck behind my jab, that's what I learned that I can finish people. I have the ability. I have finishing abilities. Then from the Devin fight, I learned like, okay, I can't just go out there and throw everything in the kitchen sink at that guy because what lost me in that fight was like over swinging and then falling. That dude doesn't take me down if I stick behind my jab. He's a great fighter, but I just feel like I'm the better fighter.
Yeah.
And then going into this fight, I was like, all right, I just have to be me and be patient. So I came out, stuck behind my jab, feinted, and then
Be you, be patient, and end it in 32 seconds.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But like the patience of the feints and the patience of everything, and not just coming out there and just ready to throw bombs is what led into that head kick.
Your 3 other wins are all 30-second wins.
Yeah, I know.
Just keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that shit.
like looking at that, looking at the landscape of the 155 division, is there an opponent out there that excites you that you want to fight? Is there someone on your radar?
Man, y'all were talking about firefighters versus police officers. Is that dude that's the stash or whatever?
Oh,
he's coming down
Luis.
at 55.
He
Yeah,
is.
man. If he comes down at 55, I'd love firefighter versus police officer. I think that would be a dope fight. I think he's a good opponent for sure.
He asked for a 160 catchweight for September.
Okay.
Bruce is like, okay.
Man, I mean, and
That's a great fight.
I think
Just
that'd be a
manage the
fun fight,
taco intake.
Yeah,
Until November.
What are your thoughts
Donuts.
on
Donuts.
Tedrick Macklin versus Devin Dixon?
Man,
That happens next month.
I think Devin's gonna win. I don't know a whole lot about Macklin. I know he's an
6-0.
athletic dude. Yeah, I know he's 6-0. He's an athletic dude. He doesn't fight a whole bunch, but I know Devin's freaking tough, man. Like that dude's tough. And whenever you fight people, you feel their heart and you feel their will.
He's got it.
And he's got a heart and he's got will, man. That dude's he's a good fighter, Or I think I'm technically better. He's got a heart, so I'm excited to see that fight for sure.
C-Train BJJ said you used to kick his ass when he was 15. I don't know if he means like you were beating up a 15-year-old.
Man, I'm gonna go whenever I was 15, so it makes me look better.
That's awesome, man.
Man, what do I got to do to get a title shot, Eric?
Just keep winning.
Just keep winning. How many? How many?
I mean, we shoot honestly.
What are you 6-1?
Yeah,
5-1. 5-1.
So
5-1. So I think 8 fights
7,
total.
8 fights? Okay.
I think 7-1, 8-1 looks good.
Yeah.
7-1, 8-1. So whenever
We're a couple away.
With finishes, yeah.
That's good.
I mean,
That's what, a minute for my career?
Yeah.
Fights?
just a couple more minutes.
One more minute.
One more minute in the cage.
One more minute in the cage.
you know, last year we had set our standard at you had to have 10 wins to get a title shot.
Right.
Exceptions are made when you have 8 fucking firefights.
Yeah.
You know, when you have
Or when the
pun intended.
division is a little bit slimmer. Now the 55 division's pretty stacked.
It's stacked, but I think the way you're fighting right now and
just
the
keep doing
role
that.
you're having, you stand out.
Yeah.
You know, you stand out in the division. I think when you look at the top of the division, you have to take Cody Steele out of it now since he's going to Dana. But I think when you look at the Devin Dixons and the Tedrick Macklins, I think you're right there in
Hector
that
Sainz
mix.
was
Hector
there
Sainz,
too. That was the last one, man.
Man, he's a good fighter too. Man,
Shakira's
Shakira's that
7-0
dude's.
now.
I think that dude's probably the toughest 55er.
He's
in my
probably
opinion.
in line right now, and his team asked for it last week. And I said,
Yeah,
man,
that dude's tough. That dude's a good fighter for sure.
He's 7-0 MMA, 1-0 bare knuckle. So
I mean,
his record says 8-0.
The thing that would make the most sense is if Tedrick Macklin gets past Devin Dixon, that gives us 7-0 versus 7-0. It's a little bit more of a reason to kind of make that fight at that time, 2 undefeated prospects. But again, we just have to see what the landscape is during that time. You know, at 7-0, does Tedrick get called up for a contender series? Who knows? I don't
still
think
he's
so.
been active enough.
Yeah, I think that. I think his activity has been.
You would think that Mancher would have went already.
Dude.
We know what his knock is. His knock's going to be his age.
His age is going to be a big strike against
Because
him.
he's finished.
He does.
I think all of them except maybe one fight.
I think he's finished everybody.
I think he's 7-0 with 7 finishes or 6
Yeah, he's
finishes.
tough.
It's weird, man. Like it's never been easier, like a more direct path to get to the UFC than it is now.
Right.
But it's also hard to stand out. Like you have to have a personality. And man, I can tell you in your last few interviews, you've actually shown that you have a great
Yeah, you do,
personality.
bro.
Cool.
You know,
Yeah, you got it all.
I actually got told that my interviews were not very good.
Again,
So-
like I said, how
Hey.
many interviews has he had? On
Hey,
Fight
fuck,
Pass?
it's more, hey, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Who said that shit?
It was Adam.
He was like, man, I love Copley to death. He's my boy, but he was like, man, you got to stop calling. You got to stop giving us love, because the first thing I want to do is like, I'm like, I think of myself as like, this sounds weird, but like a vessel for like all the hard work and the people that pour into me. Right, I got so many great people around me. I'm
It's a
so
lot of
blessed.
gratitude, man.
But as a
Like,
fan,
I'm so blessed, right?
I get a genuine feeling off of your interviews.
Yeah, and man, my
The Father's Day one was great.
Yeah, my girlfriend helps me out so much. She freaking takes care of me.
Future
you know what I mean?
wife.
Future
Future wife.
You like
I
that
love
little
that,
color?
yeah.
I gotta lock it down.
Spoiler alert, huh?
Oh,
Hey, so did Jeremy and Copley. They were like, what?
Slow down, guys. Don't do it, Bruce.
And
Women make knees weak.
Copley helps me out so much. He's the best freaking coach anybody can ask for, honestly. Jeremy too, and you know I got so
I
many
see
people.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
I see Jeremy.
So many people have helped me out that like as soon as I win, the first thing I want to do is just give everybody love. Like they ask me questions like, "Dude, did you see that you heard?"
Hey,
about
what
the
did you
head
think
kick?"
of
And
this?
I'm
And you're
like,
like,
yeah, it was
yeah.
awesome. But like huge
Yeah.
shout out. Like I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
give everybody the
Copley
love
and home-
that they
Mahomes.
deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think as long as you keep being the genuine person you are, again, the only advice I can give you is what I told you off air, man. Like before you walk out of that cage, have an idea of who you want to fight and say it.
Yeah.
Call out a name. Like give us something to be like, well, man, is he ready for that fight? Is it time for that fight? Like give the fans something outside of that. But man, praising your teammates, being thankful for your partner and your family and friends. There is nothing wrong with that, and that gratitude and that graciousness that's inside of you, man, shows. And fans will come to that, especially when you're knocking fucking people out.
Yeah.
Finishing, choking them, whatever.
Yeah, I know. It being Father's Day, you know, my dad doesn't go to my fights. He's scared of them. Like he's just it freaks him out, which I completely understand. But
Is mom there?
No,
Okay.
no, they don't go. I call him right after. My dad's like a cowboy, like straight up, and so I called him right after the fight. You know, he doesn't hear the interview. I want to give him a shout out. It's Father's Day.
Yeah.
And then I give him a call, and he goes, "You all right, son?" I said, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Well, I got some cows to work next week, so you hurry your ass on over here." All right,
Fuck
guys.
your fight. Fuck you. You got work to do. Yeah.
No, man, he's got shit to do.
afterwards
He's
he'll watch it,
he's
but
got
I'm
shit to
good.
do. He
Better
doesn't have
come.
time
Better come worm these cows, boy.
to watch Bruce roll around with some dudes. He's got shit to
It only
do.
takes 30 seconds of watching. I mean,
I know, right?
come on.
Yeah.
Hey, so again, congratulations on your victory,
it,
man, this
appreciate
weekend. It's always awesome to watch you make that walk. And then when you get in there, dude, your performance speaks for itself. I think you're one of the top guys in the division.
Man,
keep doing exactly what it is you are doing. And like your future's already there. You know where you're going. It's just when you get there.
How do you feel about fighting Colton England?
Man, if that dude accepted a fight, I don't know if he would fight me. Yeah, like I would be down to scrap.
That a fight with Colton England would be like
I'd be down to scrap.
A huge thing for you, at least.
Yeah.
If you can do what you did to these other guys. Now Colton's a tough fight.
Yeah, no doubt he's a good fighter. I have nothing negative to say about him, but all I know about him is that he doesn't accept a lot of fights. Am I wrong or am I right?
You are. You're not wrong.
I just know that he doesn't.
You're
really
not
accept
wrong.
fights. I would want to. I'm down to scrap. Like you could
scrap.
like even my coach told me that Don Doyle was offered to me at one point or whatever, and I'm down to scrap. Like he's a weight class up. Highly prospect at 170. Like sure, I'm down to scrap. I don't care. Yeah, I'd fight Colton England.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw he fought somewhere else recently, and that's good.
I'd throw
that's
it down,
cool.
yeah.
But I mean, I know you've pitched fights to him too.
Yeah,
leave it there.
Timing's been off, then shit with the opponents and just whatever. But we'll
things are what they are.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's recap Fury FC 92 went down this past weekend, and it is our second to last show of this little run we've had. Get a 1 week break. We get a 1 week break or 2 weeks. We get a 1 week break. We get 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I was gonna say, man,
and then we
I don't have all the dates.
We head out to San Antonio. In our main event, Nick Piccinini submitted Jomar Pak in the 4th round. Nick showed a lot of different variations to his game this time. He didn't even go for a takedown until the 3rd round. And did they verify what the injury was in his hand? Was it just a cut or was it broken?
They didn't. I don't think it's broken because he's ready to fight August 2nd.
I mean, his hand was bleeding the entire fight, like from inside of his glove. That could have been a cut.
Leg kicked hard.
Dude.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, that fucking leg was purple and blue.
Yeah,
all over.
Jomar Pak is a very well-rounded fighter. And Nick showed, outside of the leg kicks, he really controlled the fight pretty well, even on the feet. Like, he did a good job on the feet. He is.
His boxing looks stiff, no?
It does.
He's still learning.
Yeah, it's still learning. He's getting by no means am I saying anything bad. He's definitely like a great.
Oh no, I heard you call him out.
But man, he's a great fighter. I think he's going to do a lot of great things, but he still looks stiff. It doesn't look like fluid, faint.
That's why we suggest that he jumps right back in the mix.
Well, that's why I think
get another one.
I think much like a lot of people. You had a lifetime of kind of training MMA.
Right.
He wrestled up until just a few years ago and then got into this. So where he's still learning, where he doesn't look stiff is on the ground. Mm-hmm. On the ground, his transitions and control are fucking beautiful. And it was, I was very impressed that, he went the first 2 rounds, showed that he could stand up. Okay, he's getting his legs tore up a little bit. He got clipped a few times by Jomar. Shows he's got a decent chin on him. And then once he knew that, man, I can just take this guy and grind him out. Yeah. And he didn't try to just grind him out. He was looking for a finish. And he managed to get to the back and get that submission. So very impressed with Nick. Is there a bigger 125er? He is so
even in college, I remember seeing him, watch him.
He's massive.
He's huge. Even 125, whenever you weigh in like an hour and then you wrestle, he was just ginormous.
I remember thinking when Vic fought him, he walked out. I was like, God damn! It's like two Vics.
Vic did all right.
Vic did good. He almost had that arm, bro. He didn't. Like Vic said, he goes, I didn't have enough ass with that big motherfucker to pull that arm. He's like, I got the arm to everything I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, well,
it was the sandals.
Just cover up at that point, Vic.
It was Vic sandals. Those gay sandals.
Those gay sandals definitely did it.
Should have been wearing some meth sandals.
Oh, meth sandals. Hey, up next in our comment,
dude. How about Shimon Smotritsky stacking bodies still, man.
Shit,
dude,
did you watch that kid fight? The Israel.
Dude, that body kick was
3 in a row.
Ridiculous.
He threw 3 in a row.
Yeah, that sounded like a shotgun blast.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron Phillips, though, man. That
for real, dude.
Guy says no. I mean, he says
yes to everybody.
Yeah, he says
he
yes
says
to
no
everybody.
to nobody.
Exactly. He says no to nobody. Yes to everybody. Oh, that's the guy. Okay, I'll take him.
So,
he don't give a fuck.
Smotritsky moves to what? Is he 11-2?
11-2.
11-2.
Dude, 11-2.
And that kid's ready for a title fight at 170.
He's ready for a title fight if he hangs around. Man, he's got the look.
He's only 23.
I know, but
I'm 23 years old.
Poster boy. He's a poster boy for the UFC.
He's been to Dana White Contender Series twice, and I think he got finished both times.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the problem.
It may be next year before he goes again. Actually, he's probably more of a candidate for a call-up now at this point.
Yeah.
Speaking of performances, dude, Elijah Smith. A little controversial at the end. But I don't know, looking back, and I spoke with Jeff Rexroad and Joe Solis after this fight. And look, Walker got dropped twice. It was a clean, clear drop. Walker shoots on the single to try and build himself back up. Wow. And there was a flurry of shots from Elijah, elbows, punches. And Elijah actually looks at Joe and goes, he's out.
He wasn't out.
And he was not out. But Elijah's doing that. He's doing his supposed to do.
He's a salesman.
He's like, I think the guy's out. I'm hitting him. I think he's out. Yeah. Clearly wasn't out.
Joe's an honest guy. He took his word for it.
I love when the referee's like, don't talk. Don't say shit.
My first thing looking at it, I was like, man, this is a bad stoppage.
I kind of felt the same way.
I would like to have seen Walker let him take some actual damage because everything was to his shoulder.
He's been beat up before in fights and came back and
he has
been really successful.
You're talking about 8-1 versus 7-2. These guys are seasoned pros, man. I feel like a ref like Jeff Rexroad would have let it go.
Yeah, and I think
was that Jeff in there or Joe?
No, Joe. Joe was in there.
But now to his credit, when I spoke with Jeff afterwards, because I did ask
remember
Jeff.
He came
Jeff, he's one of the first guys. Whenever there's something
Jeff,
controversial,
I don't want to hear your bullshit.
I want to know Jeff's take on it because I respect him maybe more than any other ref. He's got a big ass head.
But, besides that though,
And outside of whatever biases people may feel, I think Joe Solis, for the most part, is a pretty good ref.
He's a great ref.
He knows exactly what's going on. He's been there. He's got a lot of experience, and I think he has a lot of integrity. I think the problem is he gets caught up a lot of times with some of the same teams and calls that they don't like, and it comes across as some bias. And maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe there is some bias there.
Yeah.
Again, but I think that when talking with Jeff afterwards, Jeff said one of the things we tell them before the fight is that you have to intelligently defend yourself.
He says he told them that upstairs.
Yeah, right? and if you're just in one position, just taking shot and shot and shot and shot and shot, and we don't see you doing anything else besides hanging on to a leg, how long are we supposed to let you just keep taking shots? Like you're not defending yourself, holding on to a leg.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be a ref. It's a hard fucking job.
It's a hard job.
It's an in the moment quick job that you make a decision, then you could be like, well, shit. Like either way.
Until you go flat.
Do I shoot him or don't shoot him?
Yeah.
Same shit, right?
Like, tons of respect to Josh, though, man. Like,
man.
I mean, he's my teammate, obviously, and I was in the back with him afterwards. And
he's one of my favorite prospects.
The way that dude handled this loss, was more of a man than I've ever seen anybody handle any loss. Like, he handled it way better than whenever he went in the back, said it is what it is. I'm going to deal with it. Even
we're
posted
trying to book
a video
him
about
for
it.
July.
That's what I hope we see.
Way better than what I dealt with my loss. Like, respect to him.
What was that thing that he was wearing on his head?
I don't know. He likes to wear that. I don't know. That like ski mask. What are you talking about? I don't know, man.
He had like everything in some shades on.
I really hope
like a foreskin cap or something, man.
Really
what the hell is that?
What we don't see is a long delay from him this time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking to his
it was almost.
right now.
It was a little bit less than a year that had been since he had fought.
He's got to fight.
And when he is fighting, consistently. Like he's a monster, man. He beat Eric Mercado, beat Eddie Frye, Nick Comisson, Caleb Peterite. He beats all those guys in the span of a few months of each time. Taking some time off, I hope he does not let this fight dwell on him too long, and we see him back in the cage quickly, man, because he's super fucking talented.
He has the ability to be something great.
Oh, 100%, man.
It's just whether he wants to do it.
Wait, who do we have up next?
Man, Shamik Harvey getting the unanimous decision over our guy, the little animal Jacob Silva.
Jacob wasn't happy about that shit.
No, man. He felt like,
he was like,
he felt like
can't make him fight.
Yeah, like Shamik didn't really engage him. He just kind of drug him down, hung out on the ground.
He was upset. He already hit me up and said we need to book him immediately.
It's hard, on one hand, I want to sit back and be like, well, wrestling is part of fighting. You gotta you have to get up.
Look, man, if there's if somebody's gonna wrestle you down, I want to see somebody like Austin O'Connor. Like, okay, you got him down, and okay, now you're going for a finish. You're an aggressive wrestler, and I didn't really see.
Look,
that.
I've put two of my guys against Jacob Silva before, and I can tell you now, our plan was to wrestle him, hold him the fuck down, because I don't want to. You don't want to stand in front of that. Like, that is a little animal. There's never had a guy's had a better fucking nickname that fits him. That dude is a little animal. And when he's on his feet, he's dangerous at all times.
Absolutely.
So from Shamik Harvey's team, yeah, man, get him on the ground, mitigate damage.
And Shamik was coming off a loss to Paris, and he didn't want to take two in a row.
No, man, he needed to do what he needed to do. But Jacob was talking to him during the fight. Come on, we gonna get up? What we doing?
Yeah.
So, shout out to Shamik Harvey. Great job. I think he's putting himself into talks again. I don't think you're going to turn around quickly with Paris as the champion and bring him right back, but I think he's up in that he can start fighting other guys who are heading toward the title. Alden Correa being one of those guys. Yeah. Hey, what about Eric Shelton?
Eric Shelton. I mean, you want to say he played spoiler, but I mean, not really. The guy's freaking 17-8 going in. Gets
up a weight class.
TKO over Abdul Kamara. Hot prospect in our bantamweight division.
That kid was on his way to Contender Series had he put a finish on Shelton. He just...
Eric Shelton said, whoa, not so fast.
Yeah, let's halt that.
Yeah,
Shelton looked good, though. He was on it.
He looked great. He
did.
landed that same right hand 3 or 4 times before the one that actually set him off. And, Abdul Kamara was a guy we were looking at going to Contenders this year. Like we had him pegged early, and getting past Eric Shelton, I think probably would have sealed that for him. But it didn't. So back to the drawing board and bringing him back out here, and we'll see where we go next with him. But congrats to Eric Shelton. And Shelton wants to put his name in the title fight division, and title fight talks. And I mean, maybe like we'll see where we go with that. But he's definitely had the experience in the background and coming off a great win. Before that, we had a fight that the crowd did not enjoy.
Yeah, Gabby Echeverry taking on Christian Strong. Unanimous decision for Christian Strong in that one.
Shout out to Gabby's mother, who may be the loudest individual I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Louder than Aswell's dad?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100%. We have to listen. We have to make sure that she's not behind the commentary because she will overscream the commentary. And I love the passion for your kid. I'm not saying anything wrong with it. I think it's great. I've 100%. Never heard anything so loud.
No, me neither.
Oh my God.
Diego doesn't remember it because Aswell was more active. So Aswell's dad stays on your radar more. Gabby took a little bit of a break, so you don't remember Mom as much, but Mom is very vocal.
Mom's got the voice.
Mom is very vocal.
Yeah. Mom's not fucking around with that voice. Like, I couldn't imagine her yelling at you as a kid. Like, 3 blocks away, she's going to get your attention. Like, you're coming home for dinner, man. But Christian Strong, wrestled his way to a decision. That's not the Christian Strong I was hoping to see.
Yeah.
Christian Strong had a few TKOs there. It was looking pretty good. I had him pinned in my head as somebody who, with 1 or 2 more finishes, could talk about put himself in the mix for a title fight. But no, not with a wrestling heavy, nothing else performance based on that. I don't think so. And I like Christian Strong a lot, man. I think the kid's got a great future. I love Eddie, but he did what he needed to do to get a win, but you have to let it go and take some chances.
He finished a Bondo before that?
Yeah. He finished.
So, he's 6-0, 6-1.
He's 7-1.
Wait, how many finishes?
He's got 4 finishes and 3 decisions. So he still has more finishes than decisions. And he also has a win over our former champ, Cameron Smotherman.
That was early.
But when you look at he finished Gino Shevdov. He lost to Elijah Smith. He's beat Anthony, Daniel Gonzalez, Francisco Obando, and he finished Raymond Smith. So he finished 1, 2, 3, 4. He's finished 4. 4 of his last few. Whether it was a business decision or not against Gabby, it wasn't beautiful in an aspect of what the UFC wants to see. No. Like Sean Shelby's going to turn that off. He's not going to watch that fight. A fight that he will watch: Alden Correa putting Jose Leon out.
Jose Leon was looking.
Technical submission because he couldn't tap.
Right when he went to sleep.
Yeah.
I said, wait, look at him.
Yeah, he was looking right at us while he was out, man. It was kind of
Jose
creepy.
Leon was talking so much shit.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to him though, man. He was 2-1.
Yeah. Coming
to fight this kid. He said it's all about opportunity, man. I'm gonna capitalize on it. Do what I gotta do.
I'm sure we'll see him back very soon.
Yeah.
Some guy named the Goose took 30 seconds to finish Rusty Turley. Already glossed his nuts a little bit. Let's move on.
Yeah, they're nice and polished.
And then I think walkout of the year, man. Yeah. Jesus Chewy Lopez.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was insane.
Yeah, he gets the unanimous decision over Micah Dynamite White. You almost have to win a fight like that when you're a walkout like that.
So the crowd did not like that. And to be fair, it was a very pro Michael White crowd.
Well, yeah, I mean, Micah sells a lot of tickets. Yeah.
Man, how did you have that decision?
So a close friend.
I went and watched it again.
Did you?
I watched it Monday.
And how'd you feel?
I'll tell you what I told Bob. I mean, I watched it pretty close. I thought that Micah could have won a split decision, maybe.
Sure.
It just depends on how they judge that second round. He dominated the round up until the last 45 seconds.
Right. So this is what I said to one of Micah's coaches who messaged me, and he's like, "I had that fight a draw." And I said, "Well, immediately thinking that you had it a draw means your fighter lost."
Yeah.
Like you have to understand that if you have some bias, and he admitted, "Yeah, I've got bias coming into this," but if you were able to look in your head and go, "I think it was a draw," your guy probably lost. Like number one.
Yeah.
Well, because none of us want draws.
I had round one.
Lopez.
Well,
that's why Rich is a great coach.
2.5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then Jesus took the second half of the round, so it was a toss-up. Round two, Micah controlled the whole round minus the last 45 seconds. He got caught in triangle.
Right.
And then going into round three, it was one apiece. I thought Micah had did enough to win the third.
So this is what I had.
But I'm not mad at the decision.
I had round one Lopez. I had round two Lopez based on, even though Micah had more positions where he was on top, he didn't do anything with those positions. And the only finished threats came from Lopez. Micah had his back one time.
Even though it was 4 minutes of Micah on top and only 45 seconds.
45 seconds of armbar, triangle, you having to fight your way through it and try to survive. And you have to survive to the end of the round.
That's why I'm not a judge.
So who did more damage? Like you being on top of me, punching me a couple times, or me almost submitting you? So it's hard to say.
It depends.
And again, had a judge given
if there had been some boxing judges on that panel, then
I
maybe
think,
Micah gets that
if
second round.
Micah does any more damage on the ground, he wins the round decisively.
So who'd you give the first round to?
I gave it to Lopez.
For what?
The back control at the end of the round and the submissions. He almost had the rear naked choke at the end. If you remember, Micah was in a rear naked choke at the end of that round. Second round, I could see giving it to Micah. But again, me going off of damage, not control, I ranked damage higher, and who was trying to finish, and I felt like Micah was trying to control versus Lopez was trying to finish. And I love Micah White, man. Like we all love Micah.
Yeah.
And I just think just a little bit more activity, he would have won that round clearly. And I think the third round he won.
Hey, Jesus is tough.
Yeah.
Kid's got a bright future. Micah does too.
Yeah, they both have amazing futures, man. Extremely
at the
fun.
beginning of your career like this is not good.
It's no big deal.
Not a big deal, man. Bounce back.
I want to see another walkout out of Lopez.
Yeah. On the undercard, what about Damian Anderson? Like
Demon Hands getting that tap out, rear naked choke
against Marcelo Reyes. Yeah. Marcelo Reyes looks great coming out. So is Damian staying at 45? Didn't he say he was a 35?
He said he wants to go to 35, but he says he needs a full camp for 35. Like we kind of booked this fight 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, because he begged us to get one more.
Yeah, so this is another featherweight though, and Marcelo we're bringing to the table to fight all these guys that we just signed that are one fight in.
The only knock I think you can put on Damian Anderson so far in his career is that he hasn't fought anybody like with a win. He hasn't fought.
He's only 2-0 now.
He is. No, he's 2-0. So like his next fight needs to be somebody like I'd like to see him and Kyle Toe-Drink.
Dude, that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, it would.
We can see him and Austin O'Connor.
I think Damian smokes O'Connor, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, man, Austin O'Connor should stand up and not look.
It did not look good.
Let's book it and see. Let's book it and see.
And I know Austin O'Connor, phenomenal wrestling.
Dude.
Damian Anderson is a phenomenal grappler. And this isn't straight wrestling in a cage.
You're right.
Like this is MMA wrestling, and I think when it comes to it,
why would we put Damian with Kyle so soon?
Well, their records are close to each other, and I feel
the grappling level is way different.
I don't feel that Damian can take Kyle down.
You think Damian can take O'Connor down?
I don't think he can take him down, but I think he can submit him. I think he can fight him in a scramble.
He can submit him from the feet.
His hands are nasty. Like his hands look great this fight.
I think Kyle sleeps him.
There you go.
Damien?
Yeah, sleeps him on the feet. I don't think Damien can take him down. Kyle would sleep him on the feet.
You heard it first. Bruce just made the fight. Kyle versus Damien.
It's a possibility.
A lot of
it's on the
there's
table.
a lot of hype behind both of them. But I'm with my
Bruce
boy
is
Kyle.
fighting Damien is fighting a kickboxer on August 2nd in Dallas. He's fighting Emmanuel Calhoun. So if let's see how that goes, and if he wants to jump right back in the ring, we're gonna do.
Let's just sit that in our group with the war coaches.
Hey, we can do that September 22nd.
That'd be a fun fight, man.
It's a great fight. It is. Bruce.
Let's see.
Hey, rounding it out, man. Eduardo Anaya getting up a unanimous decision over Zach Henson. Did you see Zach's foot?
Yeah, man.
Gross.
The big old hematoma on his foot. We thought it was broke, but
Anaya's ready to come back at 45 as well.
Yeah.
that's another one.
Take it. Wrap it. Sign it.
Camera pressure getting a unanimous
decision. We're done.
Bruce, make the fight. We're good.
Make the fight.
Damn it,
Josh says yes to everybody. Let's go.
Camera pressure getting a unanimous decision over Manuel Garcia.
Manuel Garcia is tough as fuck, dude.
Yeah, man.
I like that dude.
He texted me right after and he apologized. He's like, "This, I want to fight again."
Yeah, let him fight somebody his height. That would be fucking
Yeah, that'd be great.
Pineda.
Martin Pineda. That's the fucking scrap right
I
there.
like
That's
it.
a scrap.
I like
That's
it,
the scrap.
man.
I like
We turned Martin Pineda pro and we let them fight it
Nah,
out.
that's a scrap. They like it's like fighting two brothers fighting in
Hey,
there.
we making fights right here.
You know
bro.
who reminds me of? Mark Hunt.
Mark Hunt?
Yeah.
Mike Hunt. What did you say?
I know. Hey,
Man,
watch your
say that
mouth,
name
pals.
fast.
The
Say that name
family
fast.
show.
Mark Hunt.
Hey, let's see.
Hunt?
The Allen Olivas 10-3 Pro 6. Yeah, hit me up, man. Show enough stuff. Hit me up.
And then to put a cherry on top, a little bow on it, Joe Hendershot,
Hey.
last week's guest, tap out rear naked
Hey,
choke
Denzel
victory.
Rosso, new featherweight as well.
452 into the third
Pro
and
debut.
final
Hey,
round in his
so-
pro debut. Congrats to Joe Killshot Hendershot.
I had to give Alex Morano some credit. I messaged him, and I've had two guys fight Joe. We had a little bit of animosity with the guys on the team at some point. I had to reach out to Morano and be like, "Hey man, listen, Joe looked phenomenal. That kid's got a fucking chin on him." I did not realize
Getting better.
till I was looking
getting better.
back through the pictures. Sometimes, like, I don't get to fully see the fight. I'm taking pictures. I'm fucking helping production, trying to do something, trying to figure out what's going on. And when I went back and looked at it, dude, I had so many shots of his head just fucking smack,
Denzel's
twisting,
tough, man.
eating some shots. And you never knew. We went through everything.
Joe has a bright future.
Yeah.
That kid's gonna be good, man. And what they're doing at like Gracie Baja in the Woodlands, like,
Smart, man.
Man, they're doing something special. They have a lot of up and coming guys. I'm really good friends with Alex Morano too, and Matt. Wald. He's an
Yeah, he's
awesome
a great
guy.
dude,
Yeah,
man.
dude, he's awesome,
And
man.
why not do Denzel Rosso versus Justin McCormick in Dallas?
Sounds tech safe.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I actually was in Alex Morano's corner in one of his fights, so I got to go
Nice.
to Vegas and like.
How was that experience?
Dude, it was freaking dope, man.
Yeah,
It's super
so
cool
badass,
getting to like
man.
go through the fight week, and
Was that your first time?
it was my
being
first
in the
time going through the corner and being in the fight week, and I learned something super important.
Yeah.
And it's the same shit. Like we do the same shit that we do now as we do in the UFC. There's just more cameras,
Yep.
and a little bit more publicity, but it's the same exact shit. Same warm up in the back, same feelings. Like everything was the exact same, just a little bit more
Amped up,
Yeah, a
bigger,
little
yeah.
bit amped up. Yeah.
The stakes are a little bigger.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. So it was super cool though.
Any thoughts on power slap?
Man, power slap.
I heard they're trying to they're taking a vote, possibly considering legalizing power slap.
I come from white trash.
Make it
so,
happen here in Texas.
That's what we do.
We
That's
just voted that shit in today.
yeah. That's what we grow up and do it.
Breaking
That was
news.
like my childhood.
Breaking news from the Fury Unleashed podcast.
Power slap.
Bruce the Goose
has
says
been
he's
approved.
just white trash enough
It should be.
to go power slap.
Should be.
Okay, so it passed the board today.
So Bruce the Goose
We
will
had
slap
conversation on the board.
your ass.
Gotcha.
It should be good.
Gotcha. Shout out to Michael Perez joining us there. Is that Michael Perez used to be out of Houston, the grappler? I don't remember.
It's a very common name. I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man. There's some.
Mike
Hey,
Perez in the UFC?
this weekend.
Eric Garcia, would you ever take on Bruce the Goose in a power slap match?
Probably not.
Yeah, me neither. No thanks.
If I get to slap first.
Yeah, no.
If I get to slap first and then I quit. I slap first and then I stop.
We still have to see Rich Burmaster and Jacob Silva. Maybe power slap is the way we go with that.
Oh, we were going with punches.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but I mean, clearly
Hey.
we can't do that. Maybe power slap is the way we go.
Me out, bro.
Hey, shout out to Michael Perez, man. I saw you just joined. Hit me up, man. We try to get some guys on this 728 Submission 100 Pro and UFC Fight Pass card.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who would you rather punch you with your hands down, Jacob Silva or Olivia Byerly?
You mean sexually or like how do you? Oh, I see. Like,
Do you look at Jacob Silva sexually?
Straight right
Who
hand.
doesn't? Who doesn't look at Jacob Silva
Straight
sexually?
right hand.
Straight right hand.
Who you gonna take one from, Olivia or Jacob?
I'd rather take one from Olivia by far.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she would have some mercy.
What about a head kick?
I feel like she would have some mercy.
Really?
I don't think
What do you
Jacob's
think?
Really?
I feel like she's got more weight behind her punch.
She
Yeah,
does.
I
You
don't-
just call her fat?
No.
Man, you just called her merciless, and she's gonna take more offense to that.
Yeah.
Dude, she'll slaughter
you. Antonio said he'll take you on in power slap.
Man, bring it on, Antonio.
Hey, so speaking of which, I asked you guys as we were driving up here, I asked the fans a little bit to give me some input. And I want to know from you guys, we're 6 months into the year, we're halfway through. Bruce, you're going to jump in on this panel with us today. Let's talk about our knockout of the year. I think there was a clear fucking front runner for it. But let's pull the room. You guys have, Diego, you got a knockout of the year? Diego's going to wait till he hears everybody else's shit until he
That's
says
fine.
something.
That's fine.
So I'll start off with the fucking head kick from Antonio.
That's mine.
I was gonna say you already said his name.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Knockout of the
Antonio
year for sure.
Figueiredo's hands down right now knockout of the year.
Aswell the knockout over Nate.
I wouldn't give a knockout of the year over that.
I mean, I look at the stakes. It was a title
Sure.
fight. It was 5 rounds, and it was against somebody who
I
had
can
been
see
finished.
that. I can see that. Yeah, that's
Aswell's
amazing.
a gamer.
I
Yeah,
guess
so to knock somebody out of Nate's caliber holds a lot of weight.
I'm
man.
looking at.
Of course.
I guess I'm
That's
looking
strong.
at.
Of course, that's a great pick, man.
The pure violence aspect.
That
of
was
a knockout.
nasty. Yeah.
Of a
Dude, he
knockout.
knocked him
That was
out
nasty.
and then
that would definitely be in the mix.
gave him a little,
The little
kiss,
kiss.
and then tried to help him up. What a nice guy.
How?
Yeah, he really is.
How
He's
much
all class.
control
Yeah.
did he have?
Dude.
Amazing. I mean, he literally brought his hand down and like touched his lips and brought it back like, I won't do it.
Yeah.
Nah, no
Like
thanks.
that was
Dude.
fucking amazing, man. That was great. So I think that is clearly, in my opinion, I know you've got you're not wrong with the Aswell when you add the stakes and everything else into it.
There's
Maybe
a few. I like the Cody Steele over Nico.
that was
Knee that
fucking
just dropped him to his knees.
violent.
And then he like started Donkey Konging him.
Yeah,
that was
Hey,
violent. Oh,
hard to make a case against it.
all right. So now you
There's a
go
couple.
to your submission of the year. What do you guys got? What stands out to you? Anybody? Anything?
Golly,
I like Bruce jumping on Darian's neck after they both were rocked.
It was pretty fucking badass.
It was pretty cool.
That
Man,
was pretty badass.
Kyle Toedrank's submission is...
I like Kyle's.
Dude.
Now
it's-
Kyle's
that was December, wasn't it?
that was
Was it
December.
December?
The Twister
Oh,
was
yeah.
December.
Yeah, it was
What did he-
December. Yeah, it was December 3rd.
We gave him that last year, didn't we?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got submission of the year. With,
Well,
like,
then, Kyle Toedrank's...
he did another one
freaking-
after. What did he finish with after that?
Nigga choke.
No,
like
it was
Jacob Berry, like a ninja choke.
Ninja Choke. Yeah, that's
The
exactly
Ninja
what
Choke,
it is.
That
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I would rank that one up
Yeah,
there for
man,
sure.
Jacob Berry's an awesome dude, too, but yeah, that was a slick submission.
So you guys got anything? You guys got anything?
Man, yeah, I had no time to prepare for this. I'm going
What
with
else? What else
Bruce's
you got?
happy
Yeah, I'm just going
accident
off
on the back. Yeah.
So then I think the last one I had was fighter of the year. I got to give that to Michael Aswell right now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The dude's a gamer.
Yeah.
He does the same strength and conditioning coach as me, LJ, and man, he is a gamer. That dude shows up and fights, and he finds a way to win every single
When this
time.
kid goes out there and wins Contender Series this year, it's gonna be like the best thing that could happen to all of us, really, at Fury, because he started from the beginning, and we had a fucking plan for him, and he never steered away. He never ever steered away.
He did the Josh Van plan.
He did the job.
He did exactly what you're, and he mixed in going to fucking college in the middle
Yeah,
of it.
all of his amateur fights, it's fucking amazing. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
I mean,
amazing.
this year he beat Josh Altum, and then he wins the fucking title versus Nate Richardson. Like shit, dude. Those are two of the. We were just talking about those two guys could fight for the TMF belt. Like those are the
Nate
two.
and Josh.
Yeah, Nate
That's
and Josh.
what I wanted to do.
I mean, those are two
For those who don't know, we
bad
wanted to
fucking
do it.
dudes, man. Like we're gonna bring back the TMF belt at the end of this year, and probably in the 145 division.
December. I think
Somebody
we should
versus
do it in
fucking Nate.
December.
You gonna do a female of the year, Mia Grohl?
Female of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I got yelled at last year.
Already throw her name in the hat.
By some lady because I didn't include her in it, and I was like,
A
"Look,
female
I don't
of the
think
year?
she fought."
Well, hey, we're pretty equal around here. We just kind of consider all fighters, as a whole. We don't like do male versus female
She
fighters.
could fall
So.
into that knockout of the year, submission of the year,
Yeah.
whatever.
We just need to get her back in there sooner.
Yeah, it's been a
She's
while.
fighting in
July.
I know.
It's been a while since we've seen her.
It was March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, I'd like to see her. That's all I'm saying. Damn y'all.
Sorry,
Everybody
sorry.
likes
Hey,
y'all.
my bad, my bad, my
I like Mia. Not as much as you like Mia, but I'm just saying, like,
My bad.
I like Mia. Yeah, I think Olivia's right there. I mean, honestly, you'd have to put Maya Stewart if you're talking about female fighters of the year so far. Coming in and
put Wendy. She's active as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Wendy's fighting every month. She wants to fight again.
Yeah.
115.
I mean, yeah. I think you want to put her in there. I think she's got to get back on a win streak before we can put her up in there. We got a Submission Hunter Pro 91 this weekend in Dallas. Finishing out June strong in Dallas. We're at the KO Live. KO Live is the venue. It's a pretty cool venue.
New venue. I haven't been there yet. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
It's a bar, baby. The bar is right behind our seats. We can reach
shit.
back behind the bartenders. Hook us up.
And no TDLR?
No TDLR.
Oh,
Listen,
hell. Let's do a live podcast. Diego, can you set that up for us?
I'm getting hammered.
Hey,
Shit-faced.
while you're shooting it and while I'm announcing it and Eric is promoting it, we'll just do a podcast and just kind of run it live, and Diego can edit it up.
I want to apologize to everybody who pre-purchased their photo coverage. I'm going to fuck it up.
Consummate professional. I'm sure the photos will turn out great.
Hey, so Bruce, man, thank you for coming on the show today. Sure. It's been amazing to have you. Is there anybody like you want to thank? And any sponsors? Anybody you want to thank?
Man, I've got so many people to thank. Honestly, I got the Woodlands Fire Department. They sponsor me actually.
Loud as fuck. All right.
Woodlands Fire Department.
That was the wrap it up
actually.
cue.
Oh,
I'm kidding. Take your time, man.
Adam, huge shout out to you. You're the best coach in the world. Jeremy, best coach in the world. Sammy's, you already know. Man, training partners, Zach, Ant, Trevin, all the guys, thank y'all so much. Shout out to my girlfriend and future wife.
Her name is Mia Graw.
Man, and if you're looking to sponsor me, I could always use some more sponsors, man. I need some help. So support your local fire department, yeah?
It would be hard to find a better prospect to sponsor Bruce the Goose Whitehead. Thanks for coming on again. It's an honor calling your fights. And hey, guys, with that, I think the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
Meth sandals.
Y'all are never going to forget that.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the Fury!